Alright guys, so today we're playing Fall Guys in 2025, 5 years later. I remember when this game first came out back in 2020 and it took the gaming world by storm. It was during the pandemic era of gaming where a lot of people were staying home and didn't have a lot to do. So this was a nice little game to pick up and play, especially with some friends, but even solo it was a lot of fun. I would always play this like in between work, and like it was a nice little 10-minute game I could play, a nice casual experience that was a nice breath of fresh air compared to a lot of the other games that I would play that were like, 50, 100 hours long. This was just a nice little casual experience for me, and it was a battle royale game that I didn't actually hate, and I didn't mind playing it. It was a lot of fun. Still is in 2025. It ultimately didn't have the longevity and staying power that a lot of other live service battle royale games did have, but it still gets updates. It still gets content drops every now and then. There's still enough players where you can fill up an entire lobby because it has crossplay, which helps a lot, especially with these older titles. You never have to worry about finding players. And I think it was genius the way they set it up, where they don't really have to do a lot to keep the game going because you have the community-based levels that they put in the playlist. So you always have fresh content no matter what happens with this game going forward. The one thing that sucks is that the Epic Game Store is the only way to play the PC version. The Epic Game Store sucks. I mean, personally, I bought the OG version on Steam before Epic Games bought this back in, like, what was it, 2021, I think it was? Or maybe it was late 2020. But, yeah, I'm glad that I still have the Steam version, because I hate the Epic Games Store. I don't even have the Epic Games Store installed on my current PC. But it is free to play, so if you never played it before, there's no risk trying to get into it and get in the game. If you don't like it, then fine. It was free. You could just uninstall it and move on with your life. But overall, it's great. There's really not much that I can complain about this game in 2025. There's nothing that's really changed in a way that makes it worse to play. Like a typical game that's been a few years old, maybe the player base is lower, or there's hackers and cheaters. I haven't really experienced any of that negative stuff, so I can't really say that I can't recommend you play it in 2025. It's certainly a game that I think anybody can get into regardless of the type of gamer that you are. Even like someone's mom or grandma, I feel like, could get into a game like this because it's so casual, laid back. All you need to know how to do is just jump, dive, and grab. That's like 3 buttons that you need to know how to press, so it's pretty easy. At least getting into the game it is. Actually winning a match is a different story. I have always struggled with that, but that's like any battle royale game because there's so many players. The nature of it is like, if you have like 50, 60, 100 players in one match, only one person can win, so of course it's not going to be common for you to win a lot of matches, even if you're really good. But a game like this is a lot of pure luck. I mean, it's like a game show, kind of, that's the whole point of this game. And a lot of the time you just get knocked out and you die, and that's just it. Like, there's a lot of randomness and crazy shit that happens. It was actually just recently, last year, released on iOS and Android devices, so if you're a mobile gamer, you can also have a lot of fun with this game and play. It has all the content that the PC and console versions have, and full crossplay with PC and console. So if you're on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Nintendo Switch, Android, or iOS, everybody can play with each other and against each other, which is great because mobile alone is a huge player base, so being able to play with them will make sure that this game stays alive for years to come. And as of right now, the iOS version is only available in Europe, so be mindful of that. The European Union specifically, so not even in the UK. So most people can't even play the iOS version. But I would say for Android, be careful because it is the case with a lot of Android games, is that there's so many Android phones out there. They can run great on like a Galaxy, but your phone, it might not. So I would look up like your specific phone and see how it runs on Fall Guys. I'm sure you'll find a video of it because there's always people posting gameplay of like every phone known to man out there. So I would just, do a little bit of extra research if you're an Android user, I would say. Otherwise, though, it's a great game in 2025, still plays very well, and I still play it from time to time because it's just a nice, if I feel like playing something but I don't want to commit to like, a long play session, just, pop in and play a game for like 10, 20 minutes and be done with it. It's great.